Jai Guru, beloved Gurudev is sun sign of our life. Beloved Gurudev is sunrise of wisdom within. Offering the lotus of my heart at the lotus feet of beloved Gurudev, I convey my hearty Dasera greetings to all of you. Dasera stands for elimination of the evil, dissolution of the demerits, deficiencies within. Dasera stands for a symbol of transformation. We, the whole of the mankind, are facing a great crisis, the crisis of COVID-19. Let us pray and bow to all masters of our lineage, all masters of all religions, of all places and times, seeking their blessings to fight this COVID-19 demon in a very brilliant way. COVID-19 is not the only problem, only crisis. It's a visible crisis, global crisis. Like various dangerous diseases, AIDS, cancer, cardiovascular crisis, which are very visible and large scale in our modern civilization. But there are certain other things, let us look. I draw your attention to the road accident related cases. I mean the deaths, millions and millions in 1 year. But they go unnoticed. Similarly, addiction is a problem. It's a demon, silent killer. It is killing the health and happiness of the people. The person who is an addict and the person surrounding the Mr. Addict. It is a great global problem. The civilization of the mankind, civilization of tomorrow, depends on our capacity, our willingness, our efforts to crush this demon addiction. We should combat it. Before going to the details of the issue, I may be permitted to tell you two stories. One relating to an infant and another relating to a monk, an Indian monk. I will never tell their names. I will not tell the name of the ashram or institution I am in mission to which they belong, to which he belongs. This story of the infant. I was moving towards Hyderabad in a train. I think I have passed Vizag, Visakhapatnam station. It was the pre-morning time. Of course, from inside an air-conditioned bogie, it is difficult to watch the sunrise and find out the time without looking at your wristwatch. I had completed my morning ablutions by 4, and I was sitting in the lower berth just to have some kind of prayer and meditation. In the meditative posture, my body temple was tilting, unlike the Leaning Tower of Pisa, from left to right, front to back, because of the jerks my body was receiving from the running train. However, I'm going through my prayers. I heard a cry, a shout. A small child who was sleeping with his father on the front berth, lower berth, he was crying, Amma, 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 Amma. Amma in South India means mother. He was repeatedly uttering the term mother, 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 mother. It was more beautiful than that of an SOS. I was watching. Instead of watching God and breath, I started watching the scene. The child stretched his hand to receive something the heaven, nay, his mother, who was sleeping on the upper berth. And I saw something is falling from the upper berth. I thought it might be an apple to have a pre-morning breakfast bite. But I was surprised to notice it was something other. Might be an Apple appliance. I heard this child suddenly tuned to listen a film song of Tamil Nadu, Tamil song, Kola Bori D. He listened to that song several times. I was wondering, what a beautiful morning Gayatri for the little child to listen to. Addiction begins in life. The infant, child, that's the morning of the manhood, and is now getting inducted to a beautiful system of addiction, mobile addiction. After a few hours, I had an occasion to have a conversation with the mother and the father. I told them, take care of. It may cause problem in the future. This is the story of the child. And if you look to the various houses, our homes in India and elsewhere, but I will give emphasis in India, majority of people do not regulate their children to refrain from this mobile, or do not regulate them to have a fixed hour for using such modern appliances like TV, camera, and that of the mobile. Addiction is coming into the life of children. Millions. Happiness, health, homes, all are disturbed because of this addiction. I'm now telling the story of the monk. There's a beautiful monk, very nice monk, hardworking, loving, and was lovingly serving the master, his master. He had given the job of inspecting the various activities taking place at various centers inside the city and also outside the city, at various places of the province and also the nation. He was such a systematic person, work-oriented person. He wanted that he should not invest one night in one place. He'll be on the run. So that he'll be reaching another place in the morning and he'll go to the work. Again, after the dinner is over, he will again go by car to another place. For 2 decades, he had never taken advantage of sleeping in a bedroom, neither in a highway inn or a guest house or a motel or hotel or his ashram centers or the mother center. Look, 20 years he was sleeping in the back seat of this car and got addicted to it. 2 decades after, when he was asked to work from the headquarters, it became a stationary job, immobile. He had little opportunity to use his car, even though the driver in the car was made available to him, but no necessity. And he saw, for the first week, he could not have sleep, disturbed sleep. And the next week, no sleep at all. He felt very unhappy about it and tried to consult the doctor. The doctor saw such a nice man, nice monk, wonderful fellow. Why this is happening? He said, do one thing, you go back home, go back to your ashram, note down everything that has happened to you in the last 2 decades about your working habits, sleeping habits, everything. And he wrote everything in details. Next day, at the appointed hour, when the Mr. Monk reached them, he read it and underlined, I was never sleeping at a single place. I have never used any bedroom anywhere. I was always moving from one place to the other only in the night, in the car, sometimes sleeping and sometimes not. He said, okay, I'll give you the medicine, you go to your ashram. He contacted the chief and said, kindly ask him to visit places in the night. You give him some false works, engagements. After the dinner, he must be off. He will be on the road. And he had a very good sleep. For some days, 6 hours night sleep in the car. Then the doctor advised, he reduced it by half an hour, page by page. Within 6 months' time, it was reduced to 2 hours. Within another 3 months, to 1 hour. Then with another next phase of 3 months, only half an hour. Then it was not needed. He had a beautiful sleep, free of the addictions. The monk. Taking these two stories as the important examples in our mind, we shall go into some of the details. As to what Gita says, what is the cause of such addiction? What is the cause of such attachment? In the second chapter itself, Lord Krishna has said in verse number 62 and 63, Dhyayato Vishayan Pungsha Sangastesu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodha Abhijayate. Vishayan Dhyayata Punsa. Brooding over worldly objects, which by giving us sensual pleasure, sense organ related pleasures. Tesu Shanga Upajayate. Brooding over such things and pleasures emanating out of that would be causing attachments thereof. Sangat Kama Sanjayate. And such attachments will become solid and strong and be transformed into a very dangerous desire. Kama. I need it. I expect it. I have to get it. Desire. Madly desire. Kamat Krodha Abhijayate. If anybody will stand in between it, or anything shall stand in between the person and the fulfillment of desire, he will become angry. He will be losing its balance. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sammoha sruti vibhrama. Shruti bhramsad buddhinaso. Buddhinasat pranasyati. Krodhat sammoha bhavati. From this generation of anger within, there will be development of delusion in the mind, maya. To what Gurudev said, practice kriya to overcome delusion, error. Sammoha sruti vibhrama. And from the generation of this delusion starts confusion in the mind and the memory, leading to loss of memory. Memory becoming fractured. Buddhinasat pranasyati. And when that particular memory is lost, the power of discrimination is lost. Because that will lead to buddhinasa, loss of intellect, loss of the power of discrimination. And when buddhinasa, a situation comes, that is called pranasyati. So this loss of power of discrimination will lead to darkness, lead to death, lead to ignorance, lead to all kinds of confusion in life. Loss of confidence, loss of courage, and you become truthless, and you will become also restless. Health will be lost, wealth will be lost, happiness will be gone, peace will be gone, bliss will be gone. It may be so happen, the life may be gone. Buddhinasat pranasyati. Once we know the causes, we must find out the remedy. Sri Guruji, on his 17th September message to all ashramites worldwide, living here and there in India and abroad. And the title of the letter was wonderful. From my heart. Sri Guruji spoke from his heart. Of course, every time that happened, but this was very specific. He gives emphasis on it. I'm speaking from my heart. My loving children, my loving friends, my loving colleagues in the ashram, listen to my heart. In course of that message, he has written somewhere, how do you waste time without our knowledge? It is through the following means: laziness, procrastination, idle gossip, reading newspapers, use of internet and social media, talking unnecessary on the telephone, lack of enthusiasm, negative attitude in mind, unfocused mind, socialization, friendship, and a life without a fixed goal. These are all. They all comes under the definition of addiction in one form or the other. And he has given the remedies thereof to love all and serve all with compassion, to live a life of contentment, not a life of discontentment, not a life of rejection, no disgusting attitude. Every moment, peaceful, balanced state of mind. To keep the sense organs, including the mind and ego, disciplined. This third point is in consonance with the prescription given by Lord Krishna and giving us the origin of the causes of attachment, causes of anger, delusion, and leading to loss of memory, loss of intellect, and loss of the power of discrimination. Because we fail to control, regulate, coordinate the activities of the sense organs in our body temple. Friends, a sense organ is not a bad thing. It's a boon in disguise. Sri Guruji said that it's a boon. It's a tool. We should know how to use it. A snake as such may look dangerous sometime. If the teeth is taken out, this snake is poisonless. Then if you put that snake around your neck, it cannot bite you to death. Sense organs like the snakes, we have to take the teeth out. Only through the blessings of the masters, through the practice of yoga, through the power of prayer and meditation, we can overcome addictions. We can overcome any kind of fear, any kind of obstacle in life, any kind of crisis. Crisis should be over and confidence will be returning to our life. Rediscovery of such kind of confidence could be possible only when we commit to the teachings of beloved Gurudev. We commit to the teachings of the scriptures. We commit to the advice, the admonish of Sri Guruji. It's a practical guidance to meditation and our life. Whether one is living in an ashram or a center, or somebody is living at the home, every Kriyaman has a responsibility to tune his mind and heart to the teachings of the masters. Tune his mind, tune his system to the beautiful callings given by the Sri Guruji. In intervals to bring about reformation. That is what we need. I'll tell you that in this process, we find two important forces working. One, the forces of attachment. The other is the forces of detachment. Attachment is causing within us attraction, temptations, leading to formation of addictions in our life, bad habits in our life, bad thoughts in our life, bad actions in our life. Detachment gives us a new spirit, new understanding, to be bereft of such stuffs, negative stuffs. These two forces are working every moment. When one side becomes stronger, the other side becomes weaker. I told you in the two stories, two problems: the misuse of the mobile and the misuse of the car. Can we say that mobile is a bad thing? If the mobile is withdrawn, the sense of connectivity, the quality of connectivity between the people around, institutions and individuals world around will be disturbed. That chain of connectivity will be lost. That chain of fraternity will be lost. The chain of togetherness will be lost. In fact, fraternity, global fraternity will be lost. Similarly, the car is withdrawn from our streets. Many of us cannot go to the office. Our daily life will be hindered. It will be paralyzed. Cities will be paralyzed. These are two important gifts of the science, two important gifts of the God Gurus. But the question is, we have to draw a line of demarcation between use and misuse or abuse. Anyone who lovingly practices Kriya, anyone who lovingly follows the Master, moves on the footsteps of the Master, following the teachings of the Masters, such a person can gain a state of balance. He can, as a good actor or actress, can play a role and responsibility in this great drama of the world, maintaining a balance between attachment and detachment. To suggest that detachment is good, that I should be away from the home, no. I must be living with my family, children of my family, grandparents of my family, grandchildren of my family, my great-grand family. I must be living within the family. If I'm coming to ashram, this is another bigger ashram, a bigger family. I was living in a small family, having 20 brothers and sisters together. But here I have hundreds and hundreds, thousands of brothers and sisters under the guidance of my father and mother. One point, father and mother, that is my Guru. He is my Kulapati, he is my father, head of the family, and he is my Kulamata, he is the mother, chief of my family. It's a question of understanding where I am, where we are, in that small family or big family. Our contribution to the family must be beautiful, failing which our life will not become a beautiful lotus. For practicing yoga and finally offering the lotus of life to the Lord of the heaven. We should think of another trick, simple trick, the trick of 3 days. 3 Ds, D, A, B, C, then D, the fourth. 1 D represents to delay, another represents to deny, the third represents to demolish. When something is tempting you, tell that sense organ, no, I will not give you now. I delay. I give you some other day. And once you give it, second time when it is urging you, no, I cannot, sorry, I cannot give you. Third time when it disturbs you, use the third bomb, the D. I will never give you. I demolish that idea. Temptation is come. I'll give an example of a very beautiful monk of mine, a colleague of mine, of this great holy Hari Haranand order. I will not name him. In his youth, he was for some times misled and was addicted to smoking and even marijuana. One day, he hit upon the idea, this is a nonsense. This will lead him to bad life, notoriety. He wanted to escape. He developed a will. He willed to escape. So will is the most important first step to escape from that of the addiction. He cultivated willpower to withdraw. So he avoided smoking and the smokers and the smoking regions. Third step. Fourth step, he focused on a new life. A life sans addictions. Every moment he's watching that his willpower is never failing. Continual and continuous. Every moment is dissociating himself from people, places associated with smoking and the other thing. Friends, you and me and everyone, if we find there is something within us that may lead to addiction, or there is an established form of addiction within, time is there, plenty of time with us to warn ourselves, to reform ourselves, and join in the new path of Kriya through practice, through submission to the beloved Gurudev, offering everything to him, seeking his guidance. This is where the answer lies. My friend today is a very loving one, hardworking, everything good. And he's detached from all sorts of things. Addiction not necessarily is within this definition of drugs and drinks or smoking. Addiction of any form can be there, related to one object of the sense organ related activities. And if they become negative in style, negative in form, negative in practice, with a false philosophic justification, with a false rationalization to continue it, then that becomes an avoidable bad thought, bad habit. And we have to be very careful about it. We have to be very careful about it. Every moment, two things we have to be very remembering: seeking blessings of Gurudev, seeking every moment guidance from Sri Guruji to walk in the footsteps of beloved masters. Every moment, practicing a little, the teachings of them. Teachings, their teachings. Let their nectar drops the teaching drop into our heart. Create a new hermitage within my heart and your heart. And let that hermit give us peace and bliss and make us beautiful hermit to pray there, meditate there, are the loving children of beloved Gurudev. Thank you, my friends. To abandon addictions, we have to resort to only one addiction, that's Kriya practice. Let us, you and me, become a Kriya addict, form a new family of Kriya addicts to finally say sayonara, farewell, goodbye to addictions world around. Let there be a good mankind, good, peaceful, loving globe, good earth. Goodbye. Now, the time for a little pause for prayer and for meditation. Prayer, chanting within, watching the breath, feeling the presence of Gurudev within. Every moment, praying to the Lord, praying to beloved Gurudev, praying to Sri Guruji, praying to the parents, praying to the ancestors, praying to the beautiful men and women of antiquity, praying to seek their blessings, to modify our lives, to bring about changes in our life. in our prayer. When everything fails, prayer becomes effective. Sri Guruji said one day, prayer is an effective tool. With this prayer, compose your body temple in meditative posture, gaining every moment, concentration, focus on beloved Gurudev. One pointed attention, my beloved Gurudev. Thinking of him, his divine image, thinking of him about his divine teachings. Every moment expressing gratitude to him. Every moment surrendering, offering love, only love. Beloved Gurudev. On this beautiful day of Dashera, help me, help ourselves to banish bad habits, bad thoughts, addictions, if any. Beloved Gurudev, help us to perish the evil thoughts within, the enemies within, to conquer them. Conquering the Everest, conquest of the South Pole, they shall fade into insignificance compared to conquest of the mind. Beloved Gurudev, we all beg you, sincerely, give us a little bit of power to control the mind, to contain the ever-increasing thoughts. Beloved Gurudev, no expectation, complete surrender. With this sense of surrender, inhale, hold, bend and bow. Exhale. Completely conscious of his presence. Beloved Gurudev, our Gurudev, everybody's Gurudev. Remain there for some seconds in normal conscious breathing. In our prayer. In our prayer gives us more confidence, more strength, more focus. Inhale, hold, sit up. Exhale. More concentration. At the hilltop hermitage, the top of that. Let us practice slow, long, deep inhalation. Inhale, good thoughts, nobility. Pause. Exhale, love, purity. Inhale, God consciousness. Pause. Exhale, all kinds of world consciousness. Inhale, peace and bliss. Pause. Exhale, all darkness, all ignorance. Inhale, love, fraternity, equality. Pause, roaming in beauty. Exhale to the world. Beauty, truth, love. Your home, our ashram, our surrounding becoming beautiful. Inhale, love, sweetness, compassion. Pause. Meeting point with God. Gurudev. Exhale, goodness, goodness to spread around, spread over the world. Inhale, slow, long, deep. Hold. Loving Gurudev. Become more devotional, more surrendering. Surrender your breath. Exhale. All egos come with pride and prejudices. With this meditation, let us help each other to create a new monument of love and peace, compassion and fraternity, and dedicate it to the memory, sweet memory of beloved Gurudev. Jai Guru, Jai Guru. I bow to all of you, feeling the divine presence within you, feeling the loving presence of beloved Gurudev and Guruji within you. I bow once again to you. I feel delighted, more privileged to meet you all in a brilliant digital togetherness after a few years of gap of not visiting America. I feel I have met you. I am in America. I love America. I love my American friends. Hats off to you. Jai Guru.